All right, David. This is the Comics Exchange in South Knoxville. Pay a visit in here. All right, give me your name and what's the store, man.
Hey, my name is Paul. I'm here at Comics Exchange in Knoxville, Tennessee on Chapman Highway. This is this gentleman's first time, at least he says.
I'm Wes, by the way.
Wes.
Yeah.
Hey, Wes. This is Wes's, he claims, first time in a comic book shop.
Yep.
Now, I'm not the owner. I'm just watching the shop for the day. So I may not have certain knowledge that the owner might have, but otherwise I'm glad to help Wes.
No, it's true. This is my first trip.
Yeah,
so.
but I'm glad to help Wes with any general questions he may have.
Yeah. So I saw the mayor.
Okay.
Y'all did an interview with the mayor here, I think. And
Well, I will say there's a guy who works for the mayor who shops.
well, whoever it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, I saw your store. And I thought that's where I'm going to start.
Okay, cool.
So
Cool.
that's how I ended up here. I like Batman stuff. That's
Okay.
where I want to start.
Okay, Batman is one of the most popular comic book characters, has been since the 1930s when he was first introduced in a book called Detective Comics 27 that, if you have it in good shape, is worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars.
Wow.
But we don't have a Detective Comics 27 here. But what I will show you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hold you up, man.
No, take it easy. Do your thing.
I don't know what I'm doing. So
He knows what he's doing. He's fantastic.
One of the things.
now I've heard about Absolute.
Okay. Well,
Actually, I have seen this one.
Okay.
And that's the alternate universe or something?
Yeah, it is an alternate universe, and this, so it helps to know kind of some general, you can know who Batman is. I think 95% of the world population has an idea of who Batman is. But this is sort of restarting from square one.
Okay.
And in this particular alternate reality, Bruce Wayne is not a billionaire. He is a kid who did have trauma in his past that causes him to dress up as a bat and go out and beat people up. But he is now a construction worker. He's not a billionaire.
Okay.
Now, he's a very capable and resourceful guy. But, yeah, so this is a book. And we actually had the author of this book in the store back in
really?
Yeah. We had probably 2,000 to 3,000 people in the store. A guy named Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder.
This is the most popular book on the stands right now.
How much is this one? Right
They sell about 500,000 units a month.
Okay.
This is the first 6 issues collected into one book, and that is $18.
Wow.
Now, a first print of this first issue, they just announced they're doing an animated series based on this. It's a $300 book easily.
Wow.
So you can get it. You can go out and buy a first printing of that book for, say $300, being generous, or you can read the first 6 issues for $18.
So this would be a good place for me to start.
I think this would be an ideal place for someone to start,
And
and it's the most cost-effective way to read it.
Okay. So it's got 6 issues in there.
The first 6 issues, yeah, which makes up what they call a story arc, which is sort of one connected story running over several issues. And a lot of people prefer to read them in the collected versions as opposed to waiting month to month for the books.
That's me. I think I'll take that one. All right. I'm excited.
So that's that.
Okay.
And we also, and if you just want to see the most recent issue of, so that book is now on issue number 22.
Okay, so that's some of the things he's talking about, the number of issues and stuff. I don't know anything about that. I do know he's talking about eras, golden era, silver era.
Yeah, Golden Age is basically when comics started being printed at all. I think actually you could trace some comics back to the late 20s, early 30s, like sort of proto comic books. And then they became very busy.
Green Arrow before.
Yeah, and this is a new take on Green Arrow.
Okay.
If you see this title, Absolute, from DC, it means that it's in this very specific universe.
All right, so this is bagged and boarded, right?
Yeah, we call those bags and boards.
Okay.
There's a
He's been telling me about that.
There's a protective bag keeping scratches from getting onto the book.
Okay.
People can be very particular about conditions, and then this acid-free board keeping it sturdy. So
So this is what I'm trying to understand too.
Yeah.
This number, what is that?
Yeah, that is
mean?
well, this would be issue 1, so no issues have existed before this one.
Okay.
So first issue, and then second issue.
So how much does like these run here?
That's $4.99,
I like that.
and that is also
I
$4.99.
like both of those.
Yeah.
Let me have to circle back to those.
Okay, that's a cool book too.
So what else you got to show me real quick?
Well, I mean, and you should look at regular Batman.
Oh, okay.
So these are some regular Batman books. These are what we call facsimile editions. So these are very old, because these are very old issues of Batman from like the 1960s or maybe even the 1950s. So they are presented exactly
As they were.
as they were. Obviously a different cover price. This would have been 10 or 12 cents at
Right.
the time. So some people like these because they're never going to be able to afford the actual books. But they will be able to
How much do these
afford
run?
$3.99 and $3.99.
I like both of those too.
Yeah. So those are very, they'll be somewhat dated, just because they told stories in comic books very differently back in the '60s than they do now. So several Batman books in kind of the.
And he said you might have dollar comics too.
Yeah.
Is that-
I'll show you the dollar.
Actually, I may get this one. I like this one.
Yeah, that is a cool cover. That's kind of a famous Batman cover.
That one's cool.
So what we have here, and these are not in any particular order. These are you familiar with the term crate digger?
I'm assuming you just dig in there and find
A
what you
crate
can find.
digger is more of a record store term,
Okay.
and that's people who like to just go through these boxes and comb through, and
I got you.
that might be in some kind of random order, trying to find treasures.
Okay.
So this is sort of our version of that. These are books that either we have a lot of at one point in time, or it wasn't necessarily selling in our back
Is this
issue
the
bin.
surfer guy? What,
No, that's a different. This is
what do they call him? Silver surfer?
Silver
Whatever.
Surfer.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's
him.
not.
Okay.
That's a character called. It's a character called Daredevil, but Marvel had from the golden age.
I got you.
Like the 30s, 40s.
Very cool.
And the name Daredevil went out of copyright, so he's now what is considered a public domain character. Anybody can use him. They just can't call him Daredevil on the cover because Marvel has the copyright to it. It's a technical thing, but so anyway,
These are not bagged and boarded.
no, these are not bagged and boarded, but there's some. There are actually some really cool books in here. Your patience will be rewarded if you just kind of dig.
Kind of like something like that.
Yeah, that's a book from. Let me see, 1979.
And that's
So-
just $1, right?
That's $1. All these books are $1. We have a few more for $3 over here.
I may try to look through here and grab a couple of these.
Yeah,
and then
there's some fun books in here. And you will, like, if you're a Batman fan, if you want to look through, you will find a few Batman
Okay.
books or books that Batman is in. Just randomly through here. But this is the owner of this store, Bill. He just really likes having things for people at every price point. So let's say you're a kid who comes in the store, maybe you only have a couple of bucks. You'd still be able to, find something you could walk out with and, read and enjoy.
Awesome.
So that's a really important thing for Bill.
Well, I may thumb through these,
Yeah.
and then I'll get out of your hair.
Oh, yeah,
And,
you're not in my hair at all, man.
I appreciate your time.
Sure thing. And let me also show you,
Okay.
before we leave, if you're looking for Batman books, Batman,
Oh, okay.
all these are Batman books.
And how much are these?
They are, this particular book would be $18.95.
Oh, wow.
That's Batman number 301. Now, the comic companies like to restart the numbering all the time because they believe readers don't want to start reading a book at like number 922, even though some of these books should be numbered in like the 900s or 800s
Right.
or 1000s. but they don't want, so they'll restart these books over periodically with new number ones just to try to engage new readers. Or at least that's the theory.
Right.
But so if you're wanting the current grouping of Batman just restarted with a new number one a few months ago. And
Is that it?
these are different versions of it. We haven't even talked about variant covers.
He said something about variant.
Okay.
I'm just trying to learn. So.
What variant covers are, they're the exact same interior. So you're reading the exact same book.
Okay.
But they put these different covers on them. They say to give consumers a choice. Some consumers may like one cover more than another, but what they're really trying to do is get collectors to buy multiple copies of a single book, because they're collectors who want, let's say there are 10 different covers, they want all 10. And then this is what we call a ratio. You can see there, that is a
and 1 in 50. Something about like when they're like these, like a newsstand.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
You don't really see newsstand books much anymore, because newsstand distribution is largely not a thing anymore. But if you see these old UPC codes,
like this,
yeah, that's what's called.
See, I'm learning.
A newsstand.
I'm learning.
Version. Yes, sir.
And we just did that last night on our podcast, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out and try to do this.
Anyway, ratio cover means that in order to get one, this is a 1 in 50 ratio. In order to get one copy of this particular cover, you had to order 50 copies of the regular cover.
Gotcha.
So it's a bit more rare, a bit more collectible. Some people want it, some people don't care.
Right.
That's what we got.
This is really cool.
Yeah, man.
I've got a lot to learn.
Yeah, it can be a very confusing hobby, but it can also be
and never ending. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. There are new books every week, so 52 weeks a year you can walk into a store and there will be things that they didn't have the week before.
Right.
So
I'm gonna look up here real quick, see if I can see Batman. Thank you. There's so many to choose from. I can see why people get into this hobby, but wow, there's a lot as you look down through the store here. Big enough store here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Super nice man, letting me pick his brain for some knowledge. Let's see, Superman. That's a newer Superman, looks like.
All right, man, take it easy.
All right, have a great day, man.
You too.
So, come across Captain America Marvel. It's a variant edition. And it's $1. I think I'm going to take this one. It's kind of cool. All right, Paul, so I think I have found
awesome.
3 things.
Okay, 3 things.
You were talking about the variant edition. I want to have that because I remember him talking about that. So.
Okay, yeah, so this is not the normal,
right,
what we call the A cover. You can see here that 3 designates it's what would be a C cover. So there were at least 3 different covers on this book. So that's that.
But that's not bad for $1, right?
That is. I think that's a cool book for $1. This is Captain America fighting during World War II.
Okay, so we're going to get that one, and we're going to get this.
We call it facsimile edition.
Facsimile, because they made it exactly the way it was back.
Yeah, except for the cover price.
Except for the cover price.
Yeah,
right
which
here.
would have been 10 or 12 cents.
Okay.
When it was sold on the newsstand.
And then we have Absolute Batman, which has 6. You said
6 different. There's 6. The first 6 issues of Absolute Batman are in this what we call a trade paperback.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we definitely appreciate your time, and you're going to end up on our podcast. So,
well, I mean, we have a podcast as well.
What do you have? Let us know, and we'll
it's
talk
called
about it.
it's called Comics Exchange.
Comics
the podcast, which is the name of the store, And usually every 2 to 3 weeks we'll get together, talk about news. Sometimes we'll have fun little debates about different characters or writers or artists, or interviews with some of the writers and artists who have been in the store. Like we had a short interview with Scott Snyder when he was here back in May.
That's awesome.
So we do have some.
That's awesome.
If you're interested in creator interviews, if you search through the archive of the podcast, you'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That is great. I appreciate your time today.
Oh, yeah. We appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Of course.